The historic Bales School, built in 1894, is over 128 years old. The Bales School sits in the front left of the Jacques Memorial School, located at 1 Elm Street, Milford, New Hampshire. The Bales building was once the Centennial High School, then used as an elementary school, and then unoccupied for several years until March of 2004, when the fire at Garden Street caused for the temporary location of the Project Drive program. What was planned to be a temporary home for Project Drive continues almost 20 years later. Both regular education and special education students, benefiting from smaller class sizes, individual and small group services and supports, attend Project Drive daily.
The brickwork that you see due to erosion at the bottom, not only with the steam pipe, because we have steam boilers there, eating away at the masonry joints between the bricks. As you can see, the soffit area still has many problems, even though we had that replaced. Those are our two steam boilers that were replaced approximately 15 years ago. It's the only building that we have that uses steam. This is the sprinkler system. Comes in from the street. This system, we have a lot of work that is required on this system. The overall infrastructure, which would include mechanical, electrical, plumbing, life safety systems, all need to be replaced if we were to renovate the building. Above the boilers, as you can see, we have repaired the ceiling. There is still a lot of asbestos on some of the steam pipes, and underneath the classrooms, which we have carpet tiles down, but the floor tiles are asbestos. This is the storage room, what used to be the old library for the building. We actually go through this room every 3 to 4 years to make room for more equipment, more furniture that gets put down there when not in use. Heron Pond, the high school, the middle school have all kept their furniture at their respective buildings during the pandemic. So a lot of this furniture has been there for 3, 4, 5 years. And this summer, actually February vacation week, we will be going through this because the fire load is too great for the sprinkler system. Not only in this section, but in the underneath the gymnasium. As you can see, the amount of chairs that we have stored down there. This is one of the retired restrooms. We've turned into a storage room in the basement. Those chairs have probably been in there for the last 4 or 5 years. This is the teacher's room in the basement off of the east side of the building. This is where we have our phone system come into. I was told historically this used to be the girls' locker room for the Centennial High School. As you can see, we do have weepage that comes in through the brick on that side. We're now entering the storage area underneath the gymnasium. As you can see, the ceiling is fallen in. It's just the ceiling tiles themselves. This storage space is probably one of the warmest in the building. Most of this is for buildings and grounds. Those are all our air filters that we use throughout the district. There is a lot of equipment that came from food service that is stored here. There is furniture that is in this space as well that was left by student support services. A lot of these areas that you see, they have holes or penetrations through the wall or through the floor. We have gone back since this was taken, and we have sealed off any of those penetrations through the wall or floors with fire stop, whether it be caulking or insulation. So February break, we are flushing the sprinkler system, and the fire alarm system would, if we were to upgrade or renovate the building, all of those systems, fire alarm, sprinkler, would have to be upgraded as well. People have commented that the $8 million renovation cost is way too high or exorbitant. It really is not. There is a lot that has to go into this building. If the SAU were to move in here, that would include putting in an elevator that would have to hit all the floors. So you have the basement, the first floor, the gymnasium, which is only a foot higher, but we'd have to hit that, second floor and third floor. This picture that we're looking at right now is the gymnasium ceiling. As you can see, there's water staining in there. The roof on this is a tar and gravel, which would have to be replaced. Some of the equipment that we have in there is inoperable. This that we're looking at right now says do not use is for the basketball, one end of the basketball hoop to be pulled out, and they're non-operational. The windows in the gym need to be replaced. This is the stage that is turned into a workout area for the students at Bales. That's the old metal ceiling, the originals. And those are some of the pipes that go through the wall for the heating system, electrical. That's what we have. So they actually put in a drop ceiling, and those are melt-away tiles. As you can see, we used one of the classroom spaces on the second floor for IT network room for both jocks and Bales. This everything runs over here. And as you can see, everything was, I will use the word abandoned in place. Some of these classrooms where the old clock and PA systems were. As far as the third floor, this is the attic space, and you can see they left the old knob and tube wiring still there. What we would have to do in here is extend some of the sprinkler branches to have 100% coverage in the attic spaces. In some of the attic areas, you will see names and dates, and it seems to be that was a rite of passage for every graduating class out of that building, that they would go into the attic and either scratch in their name and their date or write it down on some of the rafters in there. I think we went back as far as 1936 on a few of those. As you can see, this third floor is no longer being used. We moved everyone off the third floor, brought them down to the second. So this is the roof view of the gymnasium. As you can see, it's tar and gravel, and it would need to be replaced or redone. As you can see, on the third floor, the classrooms up there are not being used, and the paint's peeling. We check it on a weekly basis to make sure there's nothing going on. There's some equipment that was left up there. We do use it for storage of some of the banners that were hanging in the high school, and we keep our window air conditioning units for that building up there. One of the heaters that have been there, I'm assuming from the 70s. That all needs to be replaced. It's all part of the mechanical systems. We're talking quite a bit of work on mechanicals for fresh air, for the heating system. And lately we've been talking about, air conditioning for some of these buildings. I know it's not a popular subject, but as we found out working in September through October, even in some parts of November, and at the high school, the middle school, and Heron Pond, it does get rather warm in these buildings. One of the old switches for the knob and tube. Unbelievable that we have this. They just abandoned in place. And while we have put LED lighting in the Bales building as part of the district-wide initiative that we had going on 2 years now, we still need to have better controls over there. Looking at that, as far as the electrical systems, devices, and wiring would need to be upgraded. We're right here. We're looking at the set of fire doors that need to be replaced. As you can see, the gap between the doors is too big. Would let smoke in. When you use the staircase as an area of safety.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Again, thank you for joining us for this video tour of the historic 1894 Bales building. This and all detailed reports of the feasibility study can be found at the Milford School District website on the facilities page.